All right. So what we're going to cover now is very clearly how the social contracts, stated, unstated social contracts, obviously unstated only, but yeah, are affecting your manifestations, right? I'm going to make as simple as I possibly could make this and explain in very nuanced manner. Let's say you, whatever your name is, insert your name. You want to go from being a person who has a bunch of habits, who has a bunch of aspirations, who has a bunch of preferences, who has a bunch of preferences in terms of food, in terms of where you spend your money, in terms of how much you spend your money on, in terms of what uh, are you supposed to be doing as a form of, because you have to silently come back to the norms that are there of the groups that you are in, right? So all of that stuff, like let's say you very closely hang out with a bunch of friends, or I mean, like some of them could be like superficial relationships, some of them could be deep, but a lot of times you end up, it could be colleagues, it could be business acquaintances, whatever it is, right? When you are not being mindful of this entire thing, it'll be, when you're mindful, it will be good as well, right? So you might have to listen through towards the end for you to make sense of what is it that I'm talking about. Now, let's say you have a bunch of habits, like, like, let's just talk words, right? You like eating at a particular place. You like spending only certain amount of money on certain things, even though you have a lot more to access and spend. You like the norm of the group is to probably not read. It could be in college, it could be a colleague. The moment you start doing something that is productive or something that is focused towards self-improvement, you get judged as a part of the group. Let's just say the moment you start dreaming big and you very heavily enjoy the company of this group, the moment you start thinking big, they'll be like, okay, itna bada sapna dekh raha hai, and all of that stuff, right? So right, stuff like that. They don't even have to make the statements, right? I'm not putting anybody as a villain here. I'm just telling you the dynamics, right? So yeah, it could be thinking big. Like let's say everybody is good with being in their jobs and like just getting the next paycheck. I mean, like next hike and next promotion, the 30%, 100%, whatever that is. But you are built something that is absolutely crazy, right? And you cannot fit in at least that component of it. And if you let others do the job, you will end up sabotaging the ambitions, the aspirations that you have. That could be one thing. What we're talking about here is I'm going to come back to the topic very frequently just so that we're clear and it is linked to what I'm talking about or not. The repetition is not. Yeah. Yeah. So it could be that you could be ambitious, but you have a bunch of friends who are very like you've been there with you. I'm not saying they've been with you. I'm not necessarily saying that they've been through with you during your tough times and all of that. I'm just saying they've been there, and you have to fit in. For you to fit in, you have to drop your ambitions. So you'll keep getting this like 4-5 times a day, or the ones that they understand it, they're chill. They just mock with a good intention, like just joking around. Or probably not, right? So it could be in terms of ambition. It could be in terms of, let's say you want solo travel, and you like the moment you think of solo traveling, your friends will be like, how can you grow? How can you go without us, bro? You're like, you're not my friend or what? So your preference is to explore solo travel, and they will not know any. Just like as a group, similar to how we discussed about how ideas are dictating. Like these thoughts are not thoughts that you have, but they're also like if you look at that from that end, they are look at them from entities and stuff. It's like the group. As when the group comes together, there is a culture, there is a norm, there are a bunch of norms that are established within the group, not very clearly articulated and stated, not everybody is aware of. So it could be about ambition, it could be about preferences. Like, bhai, mujhe trip mein jana hai, bro. I want to go for a trip and I want to go alone. No, you cannot go. How can you abandon us? Go like that. I like you did say you want to go to a restaurant with a particular cuisine or whatever dish that you have. But 5 of the 7 people in the group wants to have a particular dish. Like they just want to stick to one dish that they've been fond of. But I'm not saying which dish there is. I'm not saying which dish is good and as nothing like that. Whatever your dil chahta hai, right? Whatever makes your heart feel good. Like it could be idli sambar, it could be biryani, it could be pasta, it could be pizza, it could be vada pav, it could be pani, whatever that is. The thing here is you cannot abandon yourself just to fit in a group. The ones who understand will understand. They'll stay with you. If it's not a match. I'm not take up. Yeah, where are we at? How it's stopping your manifestation, right? So it could be preference. It could be in terms of level of ambition. It could be in terms of preference, like for food, for travel. It could be in terms of career option, like you they'll say you want to do like what aeronautical engineering or mechanical engineering, or they'll say you want to do linguistics, or you want to go study architect, whatever. I mean, you have to. This is a different topic. This is not a career advice, guys. Okay, you probably have to like look. If you want to study archaeology, you can argue about career prospects and all of that. You come that's not for this, and let's talk about preferences. Let's just to keep it simple. Let's just say all of your friends wants to do law, but you want to do mechanical engineering. All of your friends want to do IT, but you want to study something else like music, right? And like, oh, pick up. Yeah. So you are letting go of what your dil cha raha hai because you have to fit in, right? And it could be like that. It could be something like maybe you like to have a certain kind of bag, and the moment you get that bag, look at that bag, how weird. You get the point, right? So in terms of decisions, especially, right? You want to go to a different city, whatever. So there could be like literally tens of micro scenarios where you're hanging out with a group. What you need to understand is you are silently buying into the frequency of the group. You don't even have to like physically be present and hang out with them every day. You belong to a tribe. You belong to multiple tribes, especially in this digitally connected world spread across the world. And to be very honest, even the number of WhatsApp contacts that you have and the status that you see is constantly reinforcing the groups that you belong to. The moment you see a WhatsApp status of somebody from your colleague, somebody who's a colleague or a business acquaintance, like somebody you met through work, 7 years ago, you're activating that identity of yours. You're not being mindful. You get the point, right? Somebody from school, somebody from this, and all these unknown LinkedIn requests, Facebook requests, whatever, all of that are reinforcing. There's an identity that you want to be, and during that identity, you've made a bunch of decisions, and I think you get the point, right? You silently buying into all of those frequencies and embodying them in, right? So, how the social contracts, multiple with individuals, with groups, stated, unstated. Most of the time, you're not even aware. It's just running in the background. You gotta be aware, right, bro? Like, or just whatever, right? I want to make like maybe 30 lakhs a month is something that I just work hard. But you're not aware of what it would in the background, your subconscious. If you're making me like what, let's say 3 lakhs a month right now, the moment you make 30 lakhs, you current this thing, if you're not being aware and you care too much about how, like, there's a group and everybody in the group whom you're connected to, they don't understand. You're like, the moment if that's what matters to you most, like, with all due respect, you relationships, deep, proper, caring, loving, and relations that actually matter are one of the most precious things that are there in life. I'm not advising you to abandon relationships just because you're broken. No. The ones, there is nothing more precious than a good friendship or a good connection. That's there over years, right? Like, yeah. Having said that, but this superficial cosmetic relationships or whatever this, like in college especially, like you want to be cool and you want to be part of a bunch of groups. Even when you're adults, not that. The real ones with the people that has been there during your tough times, for the ones you've been there for their tough times. Those relations are extremely important. Having said that, you'll have to communicate to who your friends are enough that. Take it to the real ones. You're buying into that. Like you make 3 lakhs a month, you want to make 30 lakhs a month. What will happen? Like that, I won't be able to comfortably be and spend time with the people that matters to me the most, because they are making close to 3 and not 30. So I will be an outcast. To protect that experience and keep it smooth, you will end up, it's not that you don't get ideas, it's not that you don't get, you don't have enough information, it's not that you don't want to take action. You sabotage it because that is what's precious to you. You'll abandon it. No, you'll abandon the effort, you'll abandon the idea, you'll restrict, not some cosmic event is restricting you from doing it or not, like some, you're getting the point, right? You will abandon it because of this social contract unstated with individuals, groups, all the groups that you're part of. So it's very important that you don't give a lot of. It's very important that you don't care. I mean, like you have to be aware what matters to you, what doesn't matter to you. Take care. All right, my very close friend only makes 3, and I'm going to make 30, but I'll make sure that the friendship is not damaged. If required, I will pull him to like if it's possible, and if it matters to him, I'll make sure that I'll get him here so that we or I'll figure out like few people are cool with whatever they make. If he wants, I'll make sure that he comes here so that we have even better life or something of that such. You're getting the point, right? So, but you got to be aware, and these things. For example, let me say, you are grown up in a family that hasn't seen a lot of money, right? Yeah, when it's like that. Let's say you grew up in a family only where they're discussing about 20 lakhs a month as a constant earning. It could be 20,000, it could be 2,000, it could be 30 crore, right? But the moment, let's say you are in something where the monthly earnings is like 20 crore or 2 crore, okay, let's just say 2 crore monthly earnings and profits. The moment you start thinking 200 crore in monthly profits, right? You're abandoning, because like what, you're still not Monaco rich when you're doing even 200 crores. I'm not sure if you're Monaco rich, but you're getting the point, right? So yeah, like let me make it easy. Like take a like you can still, with 2 crores a month, you will still not be able to have a private jet of yours or a private helicopter of yours. The private jet costs drop easily at least 100, 200 minimum, even if you get in second hand or something of that sort. 50, 60 for a maintenance may over 20% in annual, 15-20% in annual maintenance of the price of the helicopter. And so you basically getting the point, right? So even if you make 2 crores a month, they used to have family making 2 crores a month, you'll still be abandoning that, right? So yeah, you've got to be aware of that. It could be in terms of family, right? Like let's say somebody is living with their parents, and they are not used to the numbers. They're only used to tens of thousands or a couple of lakhs a month numbers. The moment you start talking about I want to make 10 lakhs, like, what? Are you gone mad or what? Because they've never experienced that reality. That could be one. Second one is they don't even have to speak. It's like they look at you. I mean, they understand and supporting and encouraging. That's a different thing. But most often they'll not be able to comprehend these numbers. I mean, like, whatever the number, it could be 2 crores, 200 crores, 200 crores, whatever that is. Even if very few people will be all right with it, right? And I'm talking not probably, for sure. Yes. Okay, probably, let's say probably. No. Even if you look at like somebody who's already like family businesses and they're doing like a few thousands in annual profits. The moment they're asked to think in tons of thousands of crores in annual profits, they'll be like, what? Only the big families, the big family businesses, large conglomerates like the Adanis and Reliance will be able to do it. It's the mindset they'll have. And they're still at 1,000 crore in annual profits, right? This conventionally speaking, for a layman, it's a large number. And then the family business who's doing tens of thousands of crores will be like, oh, Musk, there is only one Musk. You're getting the point, right? Musk fans, nothing against Musk. I'm just stating an example. Take care if you have. Yeah. Right. So the social, so you're getting the point, right? So you've got to be aware of this within yourself, right? There's nobody that you can put in this order. You are taken. The moment I start making this, fine. You figure out like, I'll still be the same person for them. I'll just do my thing. And like let's just say, if you're a business owner, fine. I'll still be the same son for my parents, and probably like and I'll take care of them in whatever format. But I will have my own life. They don't even have to know like where I'm hitting my targets. I'll still roll like a very ordinary person, and they'll never know, right? I mean, when they know. But yeah, I don't go and take it. That could create friction or not, but I'm staying, right? So, but the key thing that you are trying to do is you cannot be attached to it. You have to be clear. Even if you're attached, some kind of communication has to be there. Because you basically have to be clear in terms of what's running ahead in terms of social contracts unstated, right? ठीक है, अभी इधर से इधर गए तो is it fine? How do I go about solving it, right? How do I ensure that the relations are retained and there's no sabotaging there? And the superficial relations, I suggest you not worry to, you just mind your business. The close friends, they'll understand you. Like I said, you pull them out. That's it. So, this is the context for the statement. Now I'll make the statement. The statement is when you're trying to manifest, you'll visualize yourself. You'll visualize being in one particular reality. Like let's just say being 30 lakhs a month, 60 lakhs a month. You'll visualize. Fine, you'll visualize. You'll do the sabat. You'll do the robotic affirmation. You'll feel the feeling in your body. You will write 100 times a day. 3 times in the morning, or you can write 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, and 9 times in the evening. Script. I'm making 60 lakhs a month, 30 lakhs a month, and all that stuff. But if you're not clear in terms of what's there in the subconscious, it'll be much easier if you understand, okay, this is what I might experience and I'm aware of it. The moment you're aware of it, once it's brought to awareness, okay, fine. You just have to reflect and think, all right, this could be the thing, this is my solution, something of that sort. But the quickest thing is you don't care about what's, you be indifferent. You'll say, I want to make this much, but then you are attached to the current one. So don't be neutral. That's why when you are like neutral and not clingy towards the current past, you are indifferent to any reality. There's no holding on to the current reality. There is no intense, I want it kind of a way, obsessing over the desired reality. Or neutral state. Okay, ठीक है, क्या करना है? Okay, गेम इधर से, गेम का कैरेक्टर इधर से उधर भेजना है, क्या माउस उठाओ, you करो, okay, इधर डालो, you go like that. Get it right. Be neutral, not be like that. That's it. The key message here is to ensure that you are having that awareness over the social contracts, and they will sabotage because your subconscious doesn't feel abandoning relationship. That's it. If the keywords for this is like social contracts, how unstated social contracts, and how with individuals, multiple groups from all time phases of your life. Yeah, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. See you in the next video. The exercise for this video will be there somewhere here. Please do the exercise and come back. See you in the next video.